I got an unexpected message today. There's a message in my inbox from someone who has read some of my posts. And in it, they said that they found my posts inspiring and to keep going. And oh my God, honestly, I mean, I say to people, tell them when you appreciate them, tell them when you value their work. And I make it a point to tell people, however embarrassing it is for them to accept these gifts that I'm giving them, I tell them when what they've done matters to me and what they've done when I really value something that someone is doing, whether it's done for me directly or whether it's done by someone sharing their personal experiences on Instagram or on YouTube. Because how we make a difference in the world is by connection. And sometimes that connection is just telling someone that they matter, that their work makes a difference. And we all have moments where we think, you know, is this worth it? Is this effort worth it? Should I be putting so much of myself into this, whether it's a relationship or your work or your children or your family, whatever it might be? And to get a comment that what you're doing makes a difference to one person is huge. And it's really boosted me because it's been a tough few days. Transitions are always difficult to manage for children, for anyone. I used to love change. I found it really exciting. But I never focused on the negative aspects of change, the exhaustion, the need to do a lot more work, to like moving house or changing jobs. But I suppose whenever I made change, I'd been building up to it. So I'd done all the processing beforehand. And, you know, there's two types of people in this particular respect. There's people who make a change as soon as they're aware that change needs making and then deal with the consequences and figure it out as they go along. And then there's people like me who build up to the change and I process it before it happens. So by the time the change happens, I'm sure there's no changing my mind. I've made my mind up. I've even thought long and hard about ways to achieve that change. And I am reactive in how I manage things. So I won't have thought in great detail about how to manage the change, but I'll have been mulling it over subconsciously in the back of my head for months or maybe even years before I make that change. So when everything magically starts falling into place, it's not because I'm lucky, it's because it's been processing for a very long time. And so the ideas are there, the germs, the germinating seeds have already started sprouting. Anyway, the point of this was be kind to each other, tell someone when they matter. Some people find it very, very hard to accept compliments or they're very surprised that they're intended for them. There was a wonderful woman I know in Croatia who was best friends with my favourite auntie. My favourite auntie died about 13 years ago. And this lady must be in her late 80s now, and she is amazing. And I went to visit her a couple of years ago when we were in Croatia. And she couldn't understand why I liked her so much and why my siblings liked her so much. And part of me feels sad that she doesn't realise how wonderful she is and how funny and kind and non-judgmental. The main thing I like about her is she is accepting of people and she is unashamedly herself. And I said this to her. And I hope to see her this year again. And these little acts of kindness towards another, whether they can accept that gift or not, is you trying to make a difference in your world. And it's really important. And that is how we will change the whole world, step by step, with these little comments and reaching out and telling someone when they matter. So an open thank you to the person that messaged me yesterday. I picked the message up this morning because it meant the world to me. And to everyone else, maybe if you don't do it already, start practicing with just dropping the odd comment here and there where you really appreciate something and see the difference it makes to how you feel and how they feel. It's Friday, folks. Time for the weekend. Have a great weekend. I'll be back at some point next week, I'm positive.